Huh? Huh? Huh?
Thought I was done for back there.
Ah! Riku!
Welcome to the very first episode of the Penelo Saga. Obviously, this is a DFFOO Penelo Saga. We're going to be running Penelo through as many Lufenias as we can. Starting with, well, this is her very first banner that she's on, her LD is on. It is Ultimecia's Burst banner too. And this is the Lufenia for it. Ultimecia is Synergy, so is Penelo. And Kurasame, well, isn't Synergy, but he's going to enable Ultimecia to do a ton of damage. This fight is, well, with this team, is incredibly easy. They won't all be as easy as this one going forward. This team just demolishes this fight. But as you can see at the very start of the fight, Kurasame takes massive damage. You can easily die from that, especially with a character that's not in Synergy, taking that hit. But you should survive it like I did if Ultimecia goes first and uses her skill 2, Hell's Judgment, because that puts a sap effect on the guy, and so it loses some Brave. And that lost Brave should be enough to survive. As you know, you saw I took 10k out of like 12k or whatever. Then Penelo, you know, does Penelo things and heals you up. So, like I said, this is the very first episode of the saga. I previously did an Ash saga. I like FF12 characters, and so yeah. So we did Ash first and Penelo now. Penelo was my very first support in DFFOO, and Global, and in JP actually. In Global I started about a year ago, and right when basically RNA came out and Renoa came out, Penelo wasn't too far behind them. Zach was there too. So yeah, she was my first support that I fully built, because I love FF12 and well, I need the support because I need somebody to heal me. So then yeah, when this event and her LD came out in JP, I started my JP account then. I built her up, but I didn't do much with her because her banner mates were Cyan and Thancred. And so those were ship banner mates, so it was kind of a pain in the ass to, you know, do anything. So I didn't really start playing JP until the triple BT banner with Cloud, Lightning, and Squall. I got them all built up. Well, Cloud wasn't really built. I had his BT and EX, but no LD. But Squall and Lightning were, and so that was the start of my JP. So I've done a lot of fights on JP, but not this one because, you know, Penelo, Thancred, and Cyan aren't really going to be beating any Lufenias for you together. So a lot of these fights I'll have first-hand experience with going forward, just not this one in particular. And the Lufenia for Vincent was obviously new. But I filmed all three of these. I filmed this one, I filmed Vincent Lufenia, and I filmed Jack's Lufenia, all, you know, back to back to back. I had beaten them earlier with other teams, but I made sure Penelo was in all of them, because you can't have a Penelo Saga without Penelo. So yeah, I mean, this one, like I said, is super easy with this particular group. Especially with Ultimecia's burst. You just put up Kurasame's debuff and you just let Ultimecia do a lot of damage. She's going to do a ton of damage because, you know, Penelo's got her support. She got incredible bravery gen and battery with Penelo. And then Penelo's got some attack auras too. I think Kurasame has some attack auras, but Kurasame also has that, you know, 30% up HP damage. As long as, you know, the debuff is up there, and the debuff is going to be up there a ton because this thing doesn't get very many turns thanks to Ultimecia. Since Ultimecia takes, you know, melee turns, and then her BT, which I do have, it deletes turns. So yeah, this thing didn't get very many turns. So this was really the perfect team composition. They're not all going to be as easy as this going forward. Especially when you get later on. Those fights are going to be hard. But I should be able to do them with Penelo. Penelo, you know, is just is a support, so supports tend to last longer than damage dealers. So I shouldn't have had too many issues doing most of these Lufenias with Penelo. The only ones I'm worried about are there's one or two I remember that were magic, that if you use magic you get instantly killed or whatever. So I'm not sure if Penelo qualifies in that category because her attacks are a little weird, so I'd have to see if she works or not. But if those are the only ones that she's locked out of, then that's not a big deal. Other potential issues with Penelo is that she, you know, has a lot of party buffs, and that could, you know, mess with the team composition. But as long as you don't pair her up with other, you know, massive buffers, it's not a big deal. And if you're overriding someone's crappy generic buffs, also not a big deal. You just don't want to override, you know, those really strong frame buffs or whatever. But all in all, I don't think team composition is too much to worry about. You just pair her up with somebody that can deal with the aura condition, because she's not going to be able to deal with too many on her own. Just the ones that you need to cleanse. There are a couple of cleanse fights, and a couple, maybe some other ones out there that she would be good for, but otherwise you're just going to be pairing her up with, yeah, whoever deals with the orb, and obviously any strong damage dealer at the time. For this group, obviously, Ultimecia is the damage dealer. I'm not sure how much use she's going to get going forward, as I heard she falls off pretty quickly, but we'll see. Obviously, in her cycle, she's going to do amazing damage. This is the only fight that I've used Ultimecia in. I used, well, besides for her Lost Chapter or whatever, when her LD first came out, I used her in that, but I haven't used her since. And in my other videos that I recorded, the Jack one and the Vincia one, I didn't use Ultimecia in those. Maybe I'll use her one or two more times going forward. I don't know. I have to look at the fights and see how things are. She pairs pretty well with Penelo though, because she doesn't really have any. I mean, she has some buffs, but not enough that it's an issue. Maybe going forward I'll use her with Balthier, who doesn't provide any party buffs, but he gives also really good auras too. And he gives, you know, kind of the auras that Penelo doesn't have. And she heals, which he can't do. So they may make a good pairing, but I haven't tried them together yet. As you can see, Ulti's BT just ended. I really like her BT. The animations are really cool. The effect is useful. It deletes turns. As you can see, this thing I don't think is getting any turns any time ever, because Ulti is just gonna delete them. And eventually we'll bring in friend Ramza to delay the guy with his LD. As here we go, he's gonna burst, so we'll have 2 bursts going. Then we're gonna summon after that. So yeah, we just subbed the damage. This thing is gonna die. Ramza is a little bit more on the generic side for his BT. I mean, Ultima's a cool spell and all, but burst finisher, I guess, isn't the best. I'm not sure if Odin was the best choice. Maybe I could have went with like Brothers or something that boosts up Brave. Because none of these people felt. I mean, Kurasame did, but he wasn't in the fight for that much. Ulti and Penelo didn't take any damage, so they didn't really meet the orb or the summon requirements. So I don't know, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Fight got obliterated. There, I probably should have used Apocalypse, but I was thinking maybe I wait till I get rid of the buffs. I don't know. I guess that's situational decision or whatever. Doesn't really matter in the long term, as this thing doesn't get a turn. This game is lagging, or this game lagged a lot today. I don't know why the game was lagging. Hopefully it's not an issue going forward, but I did record the 3 films back to back to back, so they all were kind of like this. But hopefully BlueStacks fixes itself, because that was kind of annoying a little bit, I think. Just to have this kind of weird lag. Normally it doesn't do that, so I don't know why I was doing it. But yeah, I mean, this thing's gonna summon ads a couple more times, but they're just gonna die, and he's just gonna die, so there's not a whole lot more to talk about. Like I said, I did the 2 fights. For Jack's Lufenia, I used Penelo, I used Jack, and I used who else did I use? Oh, I think I used Furion. Yeah, because he had a BT and he had some melee attack. Obviously, Jack is full melee. Penelo is mostly melee. She can, you know, as long as she's in her Roomba stance, she can get the orb up, no problem. Or obviously, Jack can do it no problem. And then Furion has a mix kit, so when I needed to mess with the orb, I used his skill 1. Then the next one after that was Penelo, Warrior Light, and Reno. It was for Vincent's Lufenia. I used Vincent originally, but In this team, I didn't use him. I didn't have any BT users, and I didn't use Vincent, so the turn count was probably like twice as long as this turn count, but it worked. It was a a defensive team, but we beat it no problem. So yeah, that's how the fights are going to be. I guess they'll probably be a mixture. Some of the fights I'll just stomp them with strong teams, and then the other teams might be a little bit more defensive, and so the turn count might be a little bit higher. So you get a bit mixture of everything. I think that is cool, because it's just seeing somebody stomp all the fights is going to be kind of boring, and I guess super long fights, if they're all super long fights, maybe that might be a little boring too. So I'll try to mix it up. I'll try to mix up the team compositions as much as possible, and not use the same people with Penelo as much as I can. Obviously there are going to be people that she pairs well with, but there's also Lufenia to worry about, and so different people are going to be useful for different fights. So the order requirements should help keep the team compositions mixed up or whatever. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Penelo Saga. I know I'm going to enjoy using Penelo, and partially because she's got her badass costume, which was a no-brainer to buy. She's also the first character that I gemmed since Kuja, so it's been a long time since I gemmed anybody. But since I was doing a Penelo Saga, obviously I have to have Penelo, so gemming her was a no-brainer. The fight's, basically over. He'll summon ads one more time, I think, but the ads don't do anything. And he doesn't do anything, so it's not a whole lot more to talk about. But yeah, so if you liked, if you want to watch the Penelo Saga, if you are a fan of Final Fantasy 12, fan of Penelo and DFFOO or whatever, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. You can turn on notifications if you want. Besides, for the Penelo Saga, I'll be posting pull videos, whether they're JP pull videos or they are global pull videos. I will probably pull, probably post most of them. I also stream on Twitch, so some of my polls might be on Twitch. So like if I do end up putting it on YouTube or whatever, it might be in a different format because it'll be me streaming on Twitch. But if it's JP video, it'll just be from my phone too, so the quality might be a little bit different. JP is strictly on phone and global is on computer, so it'll be a little bit different, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's mostly my channel. It's gonna be Penelo runs and then pull videos, I guess. If I can come up with other good ideas, I'm more than willing to try other stuff, but I don't really have any good ideas. But if you have any cool ideas, leave it in the comment section, or just comment anything you want to see or you like or whatever. I'll respond to any comment that I get. Alright, here's the home stretch, 6%. I resummon the ads one more time, but I'm not going to worry about the ads. Just nuke the boss, and then the fight will end. Kurasame gets to come in at 4% and do something, I guess. He was out for a good portion of the fight, just because Ramza just destroyed this thing with this particular group. He's a really good friend. I might have used, I think I used him in as my friend unit in all the fights. Well, the Lufenia Abyss one doesn't have a friend, but I think I used him in the other one. Alright. It's dead, I think. One more kill. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you liked the video. As I said, obviously I'll be doing more of these. We'll see how long they last. You know, Lufenia might be tough to carry Penelo through. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys at the next video.